fast, I took a extra second or half a second, and an extra second or half a second makes a difference in how you respond to things. And so, and also being in church is like the way I was taught was like you have to take time, to work things out. Like don't immediately react to something. And so it's like I try to understand what the situation is before I respond. It's like who is the person that's saying this? Where are they coming from? And so then you know how to respond to different things. And so it's like it's made me partially why I'm so laid back, why I'm so calm. But yeah, the only people that really can get me worked up are the people who are close to me, like my loved ones. And so, of course, my wife. It's like we have a saying, when someone knows how to push your buttons. And so it's like if 99.9% of the world thinks I'm calm and I'm laid back, it's like she knows a different side of me. But it's like she knows how to push the buttons. But I say this lovingly.
Yeah, I receive it lovingly. You better not say it.
But yeah, so yeah, mostly I'm calm. And I think I spent many years in New Jersey, but I also lived in Virginia, which is further south. And so further south you go in the U.S. on the East Coast, it's like people are more calm. It's like you still got crazy hyper people in the South, but like the whole atmosphere is different. The way people talk is different. So the time I spent in Virginia, when I go back to New Jersey, they say, like people who don't know me, they say, where are you from? They don't know some people who I speak to in New Jersey, they don't know I'm from New Jersey because I picked up a little bit of Southern kind of talk. And even in Virginia, people further south of Virginia say Virginia is not the South. So Virginia is not respected by all in the South, but there is a different way of speaking, a different way of carrying yourself. And so I adopted that, and it actually fit my personality as well. So yeah, time in Virginia and then time traveling, like seeing the world and just saying it's so much bigger than my neighborhood or my city.
Did you ever indulge in yourself with respect to some meditation or something of that sort of like, I mean, you did that part in the church, like?
In the church, yeah. So in some churches, everything is like rigid. It's like you say the prayer this way, it takes this amount of time, or you do this many things, it takes this amount of time. Everything is set. But in a few of the churches I went to, it was more about the Spirit of God moving. And so when you pray, it's like you can say a prayer that's already been written, but it's like you're fixed, right? But if you believe that God is living and moving, it's like he doesn't necessarily, and he can respond to something that's fixed, but it's like you're having a conversation. So kind of like what I was doing when I was reading off the script, it's like I was having less of a conversation.
Yes.
So
So what you're saying is, like, so do you feel that time spent like in the church, like, is also responsible, like, to make you this, gave you this calmness or?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and the thing is, when people look at me, especially when I'm in a different country, it's like they think, oh, this is what it's like. But for me, I'm kind of a black sheep in different ways. Like, as a black person, I don't necessarily fit in with black people. As an American, it's like some people are surprised by the way I carry myself.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So even people in my own hometown always thought I was different. So it's like, so no matter where I go, I find some people I can blend in with, but in one way or another, I always kind of stand out. Not like patting myself on the back, but I'm kind of like the one who kind of like, I can disappear sometimes. It's like I can blend in, but I blend in so much where it's like I disappear. And so it's interesting. I go from either disappearing to standing out. People notice my difference. But one of the most positive things is in Bangladesh, it's like I would get groups of kids coming up to me wanting to take pictures with me. And it's like, for me, it's like our skin is like the same. It's like I feel like I could blend in, but they saw something different in me. And I got treated like a celebrity in some places in Dhaka. And also in Karnataka, this one town, Bhadravati. I had a little group of like 13-year-old boys, and they wanted to feel my hair. I had like a mohawk at the time.
and my hair was dyed blonde. So it's like this curly afro mohawk, and they wanted to touch my hair. They wanted to take pictures with me. And yeah, so it's like, yeah, traveling has had an impact on me, like seeing how I'm received in some places. I've received the opposite in some places. It's like they look at me and it's like, but it's like everywhere I've traveled to, it's like I feel like I've gained something. So that's the beautiful thing. But people ask me, oh, should I go to Bangladesh? And it depends on who asks me. It's like people who want to go to 5-star resorts and like have everything catered to you and everything nice and neat, don't go to Bangladesh. But if you want to have like an experience, an adventure, it's like I say, go to Bangladesh. You've been to Thailand, you've been to Singapore, like you should go to some of these places because you never know. Like I just went. There's this famous picture of all these people in Bangladesh on a train and hanging off the side of the train, and I wanted to see like, is it really like this in real life? And so I went to the train station in Dhaka, and I went by myself. I just took a car, and at first it was empty, but then little by little, people started climbing up on the top of the train. And then by the time the train started moving, there's still people climbing on top of the train. And it wasn't as many people as what I saw in the picture, but it was like, it's still mind blowing for me, like that they planned this. It's like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go from here to here. And they do this on a daily basis, I guess. And so for me,
like this in Bombay?
I didn't see it.
Bombay was.
No, not on top of the train though. I never
Yeah,
seen.
train too.
I never seen in.
That's rare on top of the train.
But
In Harbour, like
but in Bombay, I did get shoved off the train. But that was a good thing because I didn't know how I was going to get from the back part to where the door was. But but it was a few of us foreigners, and they're like, we're going out, and then everybody made eye contact. I don't think anybody said anything, and then just all of a sudden I just like felt rocketed outside, and I laughed so much. I think for like 2 minutes I just stood there and laughed because it was like, I know it could be dangerous getting shoved off a train, but for me it was just like I didn't even know how I was going to get to the door, let alone off the train. So just to like go flying off and feel that, it was like I felt like a little kid. But yeah, so it's like, but yeah, so I go to this train station and like 3 different groups of kids come up to me and they saw something different in me and they wanted to take pictures with me, and one kid just wanted me to take a picture of him so I could remember him wherever I go. So it's like, it's amazing the different types of people. Okay, I'm talking too much. Okay, chalo.
Yeah, we'll meet next time.
So my takes were okay.